Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Aligned Plans. I'm so glad that you are here and hanging out with me today. So as you can tell by the title plus the obnoxious amount of things that are in front of me, today we're going to be diving into all of the things that we're really working out for the month of September. So if that sounds good, then why don't we just dive in? And of course, if this is the first time that we're meeting, hello. I'm so glad that you have come by to hang out with me today. My name is Meshi. I'm the person behind Aligned Plans, and we get together here a couple of times a week on this channel, talk about anything and everything, minimalist planning, journaling, all the things. The idea behind it is for us to not only get the beautiful things, but for us to actually learn how to use them in the most mindful way. So if that sounds good, you would probably really enjoy hanging out with me. And of course, if you want to also get more behind the scenes things and get your questions kind of shouted out, then follow me on Instagram. I will leave the handle right on the screen so you can check that out. So what's happening for the month of September? I'm so glad you asked. Let's just turn on the lights a little bit. Okay, so I have kind of a variety of things that are happening here. I kind of broke them down into, what are we breaking them down into? We're going to break them down into writing utensils and decor and accessories, decor, and then decor planning and minimalist planning. So I generally kind of break these down into about 4 to 5 different categories. Today is not going to be any different. So without further ado, let's just get started with the first category. I'm going to start simple and then work our way up. So the first thing that I would like to actually start with is going to be all the writing utensils that I have in front of me. So I have, these are the mild liners that you might be familiar with. These are all the pastels. Let me just get you zoomed in so you can actually see. So I picked these up in my latest haul from Cute Things from Japan. If you have not seen that video, I will just leave it in the cards here so you can check that out. These are the really soft pastel colors that they have come out with. Again, and I will show you a close-up of all of these colors. This I also just kind of picked up randomly because I really love this deep mauve color. Here it looks like this hot pink, but it doesn't actually show up as a hot pink, so I kind of wanted to include that. This is sort of like a bolder version of the soft rosy pink. The other color that I have here is, it's also from that same pastel collection, is this really soft nude. And then finally we have like this beautiful olive green. And I mean, you can't go wrong with any of these because they're all just very fall, very rustic, very beautiful colors. And again, I'll just include a nice little close-up so you can take a look at all the colors. But I really love using these for both color coding as well as just kind of highlighting certain elements within my page in my minimalist planning. I tend to actually just use this more on white page rather than like on white paper rather than using it on in any of my Hobonichi planners. And the other thing that I wanted to use, that I wanted to show you, is actually the Ferris wheel fountain pen that I've been using. If you haven't seen my latest plan with me, I actually use this for planning. I did not feel like I really wanted to use a Sarasa pen or any of my gel pens, so this guy won. Currently, oh my gosh, I can't remember what we have inked because I just swapped out all my inks. It is, I know it's a Ferris wheel press color. I believe we have, we currently have Steeped Umber or Oyster Hour. For the life of me, I can't remember. I believe this is what we have actually currently inked in there. And I couldn't be happier. So I really love the way that it writes. Again, I'll show you a close-up of why I love this pen. It's, first of all, can we please talk about how stunning it is? It's a very beautiful pen. I can't get over this dusty rose color, and also I find that it's a very comfortable write. Let's move on to the next category, which will be decor. And I have both minimalist planning decor as well as journaling decor. I love each of them for different reasons. So let's start with the journaling things. For journaling, Again, this was all included in my latest haul. If you haven't caught it, just check the cards. But these are some of the press-on decor stickers that I picked up recently. This is the La Dolce Vita, like the girl that they have included in that. I'm honestly kind of sad that I didn't pick up more of these, and in my upcoming hauls I absolutely will, because I think that it just adds a little something to your page. But I've been really loving using these little like daily habits. Also, this is super stunning. It's all from the same company. I can't remember the name of the company like right off the top of my head, but if I find it, I will just add it to the screen. But again, like they just add something very special to your spreads, which is something I just wanted something different, because after a while, like I find that most of my spreads kind of tend to look the same. I don't know if you feel that way too, that it just kind of gets really redundant. So it's kind of nice when you can add something different. So this kind of sums up my point. That's the only thing that I don't like about it, is that the wax paper kind of comes off from the back of it, but we'll make peace with that. And for minimalist planning, I've actually been using, and I've been really enjoying most of these multicolored sticky notes. I mean, as you can tell, I have quite a collection, mainly because they all come in the cloth and paper sub boxes. But especially right now for fall, like these darker greens have been really lovely. Obviously neutrals are always, they're always kind of welcome. One of my favorites is actually this one. This is from Papery Planning, and it's just like this really beautiful neutral color that I kind of feel like it pretty much goes with anything. And lately I've been really reaching for, like I said, like these darker greens. They just add something to your spread, which is really kind of cool. So these have been a winner in the last little bit. Moving on. Now, as far as accent decor is concerned, I've actually been really enjoying this washi tape that I recently picked up, also from that same haul from Cute Things from Japan. They have like the nicest little journaling things. And this Midori, but actually this is from Traveler's Company, same thing. This Midori stencil, it definitely adds something really special to your spread. So this is an example of basically using the little stencil. You just kind of line it up, and honestly, not only is it easy to use, it's very sturdy, very durable, but at the same time, it's very consistent, which is something that I really appreciate. Now, speaking of Hobonichi, I know that a lot of you have been saying that you've been really struggling with keeping up with the Hobonichi weeks. I actually have been finding it to be sort of like a godsend, because I have so much space in the back. I was able to actually make notes in the back, and I somewhat feel like my weekly spreads are kind of coming together and they're becoming a little bit more consistent. So in the past 4 weeks, without actually giving you a full flip through, in the past like 4 to 5 weeks, I've been using this last little column, or like the first column, I guess, on the second page. I've been using that to just kind of write in a word and then add some decor, and that has been working out really nicely. And then just add really minimal decor for the whole spread, where I don't feel like it needs to be flooded with like stickers. It can actually just be more functional, and for that reason it has been really working great. So each week I've been kind of writing in a different word. Same thing here. This is actually the first week that I have used my fountain pen. So I kind of outlined it with a pencil, and then I went over it with my fountain pen. And obviously this is the week where I kind of received most of my goodies from Cute Things from Japan, and these are all the things that I have from Eric's Small Things. I mean, if you don't think that, like, they're like just like the absolute cutest in my opinion. And then that kind of brings me to this week right now. And again, like, I'm just using very minimal decor, but using the fountain pen, like, the ink actually pops. It looks really lovely. And overall, I've just really been, I don't find that I have like a lot of negative space, which is really great. So I don't know. I think that this is really working for me for what I'm actually using it for, which is sort of having it as an on-the-go planner. The other thing that I wanted to mention, also from that same haul, clearly it's been a successful haul. The other thing that I've been really enjoying is actually this little notebook. This is also from Eric Small Things. This is just their small little notebook, and I'm literally using it as a complete outline of my course that I'm currently working on. And it's just been so lovely. It's big enough where I can kind of write down what I need, but it's small enough and compact enough where, you know, it can just kind of come with me wherever I go. And it has made filming most of the things that I'm working on currently 1,000 times easier. And I still don't feel like, you know, I'm shortchanged when it comes to pages, which is really great. So if you're looking for a cute little notebook, I would highly recommend this one. And last but not least, I really wanted to mention and give a quick shout out to my Traveler's Notebook for seriously just for journaling purposes. We will go through this whole separate video on my planner setup, how things are shifting into 2023. For now, all I will say is that this is here to stay as my main journal. I really have been loving just using the pages, like the insert that so far I'm just kind of finishing up the main insert that I received from Traveler's Company before I move on to some of the other inserts that I picked up. I have been actually using the monthly insert, and the way that I've been kind of using it, and I think that that's probably one of the main reasons why I love this so much, is because on the monthly I just add 2 to 3 words or 2 to 3 sentences the most to kind of just describe how that day actually was. And this allows me to not only maintain it fairly well, I don't forget, but then I can kind of look back and see, okay, what did happen? And I don't feel that pressure that the whole page needs to be decorated and stamped and this and that. It mainly becomes literally more about memory keeping than anything else. So for that reason, I've been really loving it. Okay. That's it for journals. And as far as planners is concerned, in a separate video I will go into far more detail of what is actually, I will go into far more detail of what's happening with my A5 Notique, how it didn't make it into this month's favorites, and why, and what's going on with that, what's going on with my setup, all of the good things. I know that initially we really started out very strong within the minimalist planning community, and like we were all about this life and all about the inserts, and things are shifting and changing, and my lineup is definitely going to be changing somewhat moving into 2023. I'm not saying I'm letting this go, but I think that something just needs to change. I want a little bit more time than the 20 seconds here to kind of unpack most of this. I am back in my Notique cover, which I'm really happy about, so that still makes it into the monthly favorites. But besides that, we will chat a little bit more about this. I have far more enjoyed using this little Hobonichi weeks than I have using my A5 Notique, so take that as you will. This is all I have for you. Thanks so much for hanging out with me and for coming by and literally just sharing your time and your space with me. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. I would love to know from you. Let me know what was your favorite thing that you absolutely couldn't live without for the month of September. Let's chat. And in the meanwhile, of course, if you have enjoyed this video, you can give it a thumbs up. You can subscribe to all of the things. And thanks so much for watching, you guys, and keep planning. And I will see you again in my next one. Bye.